Norwich beat Burnley at Carrow Road to boost their faint survival hopes, but with Everton, Leeds and Newcastle all winning, stick a dagger through the heart of the Clarets' chances of staying in the Premier League. Here's what went down. It was a goal in the first 10 minutes from Pierre-Lys Melou and a goal in the last 10 minutes from Teemu Pukki, which bookends a pretty solid Norwich performance, which gives them their first win in 10 in all competitions. Norwich make one change from the side that drew 0-0 at Brighton. Kieran Dowell comes in for Billy Gilmore in midfield. Teemu Pukki leads the line and centre-back Ben Gibson plays against his former club. Off the back of that heroic turnaround victory against Everton, Burnley also make just one change. They bring in Lowton for Roberts at right back. Everything else remains the same, with danger man Cornet starting down that left-hand side. Before we get into the action, please do us a big favour here. Hit that like button, support the video and support the channel. So Norwich lead on 9 minutes. You'd probably have had Burnley scoring from a set play in this matchup, but it is the other way round. Dowell puts the corner in left-footed from the right-hand side. Byram gets first contact, little flick by him. Tarkowski, it's a poor clearance into a really dangerous area. It just trickles out towards the edge of the box. Lys Melou arrives. So does Josh Brownhill. Brownhill throws himself into the challenge. Lys Melou hits it right-footed, side footer. Brownhill deflects it towards the corner. It then gets another little lift, a slight little tickle, I think, off Jay Rodriguez's thigh and flies in off the far post with England's Pope in goal, not able to get there. If you're a Burnley fan, you're saying that is the absolute scientific worst possible outcome of that deflection. If you're a Norwich fan, you're saying, look, win the first contact, get in on the second ball, and then you'll take the deflection. 1-0 Norwich. Burnley huff and puff, but Norwich defend pretty well and sort of deal with everything that comes into their box. The big turning point, however, was on 65, where Burnley really knew it wasn't going to be their day. Byram really poor at right back. He gets robbed by McNeil, who's just come on. McNeil goes down the left, sticks it across the box. Giannoulis just lets Cornet run off him at the back post. He's about a yard out, virtually on the goal line. And somehow, Burnley's hero from the Everton game manages to shank this one wide of the post. Can't explain it. What a miss. Norwich seal the victory with a second goal 5 minutes from time. Pukki, such a tireless runner in this game, probably deserves a goal. Burnley get caught really square from a defensive set play. Norman picks it up. He fires a lovely ball through to Pukki. It's all about the first touch. Once he's controlled it, it's an easy chance for a Premier League striker. Just comes into 8-9 yards from goal, drills it into the far corner. Game over. 9 for the season for Pukki. That is a 25th total Premier League goal contribution for a player playing up top in a side that finished bottom in 2020 and are currently bottom in 2022. I don't think that's a bad output, to be honest. Looking at the numbers here, I think it does show that Norwich coped well with Burnley's threat. Look right down at the bottom there, 43 clearances from the Canaries on their way to a clean sheet. In the main, Burnley's chances are sporadic and not big, obviously with the caveat of that one aberration from Cornet. Norwich, for once, for a team down at the bottom of the league, rode their luck and didn't get punished when they made the mistake and conceded that big chance. From a Norwich standpoint, it's 2 clean sheets and 4 points in the last 2. Okay, context will say through Malpai and Cornet over those 2 games. They may have conceded, but look, they didn't, and they played the circumstances. They got the job done, and it's a nice little point spike after a pretty bad losing streak. Obviously, look, 7-point gap to safety, 7 games remaining. It's still a hugely tall order for the Canaries to survive. But hey, when did winning a football match ever do any club any harm? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to hear if you're a Norwich fan. Which of these players that played today do you think that Dean Smith should build the team around next season? From a Burnley point of view, you'd have to say it's a pretty crushing defeat. Yes, the Cornet miss is a mitigating factor, and if that goes in, I don't know. Does the wind change and they go on and win the game? It didn't go in. The wind didn't change, and they lost, and it's a big defeat. Yes, you can also factor in the first goal's a bit unlucky with the deflections. However, in adversity, I just feel like they didn't put enough pressure on Norwich and make it uncomfortable enough for Norwich to get through with that 1-0 lead and then add the second in at the end. Burnley, 4 points from safety with 8 to play. Let me know in the comments, does this defeat derail their survival push completely? This has been a dearly departed video. As ever, keeping an eye on those teams that we covered on the channel in the Championship, now doing their thing in the Premier League. Thank you to Simon, who is our fan sponsor over on Patreon, for all of these shows. And it's our second show of the day. So for more dearly departed stuff, look right here and you will see my review of Leeds. Hugely important, especially with this extra context. Hugely important win yesterday, 3-0 at Watford.